Hello my lovies and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is actually inspired by that Taylor, and she did a video like this and I was like, wow, I really like that kind of theme of video and I wanted to create my own one. Basically, she talked about 5 products that she has been using for over 5 years, why they're still in her collection, why she loves them, and why she still continues to repurchase them after all this time. And I wanted to do my spin on it. Recently I did a video of a full face of old favorites, and I was like, when I was doing that video I was like, wow, some of these products I've used for over 5 years, maybe even like since secondary school. So I wanted to talk about 5 products that I have used for the longest time, and I tried to take products from different areas of the face, but I just realized that the majority of the products that I used for over 5 years are actually face products. So these are my 5 products that I've used for over 5 years. The first product I want to talk about is probably of no surprise to anybody who's been watching my channel for the longest time. You will have probably seen this in the early days of when I was filming YouTube. I'm on YouTube roughly around 5 years as well, so this would definitely be a product you would have seen way back in the early days, young Aisling. I have been using the Estee Lauder Double Wear for over 5 years. I first tried this when I was in college, so I was about 19 when I first got this, and I am still using it to this day. I love this foundation. When I was 19, I got this in a magazine. I can't remember what magazine it was. I have no idea, but I got like a sample of it in a magazine and I got the shade Ivory Beige. I remember it to this day. And it came in like a little decent sample. I actually got 2 faces out of it. But after trying it the first time, I was like, oh my god, I have never used a foundation like this in my life. It's still on my face after like 15 hours of wear or something like that. I was blown away. I had only used, I'd say maybe a handful of foundations at the time. I wasn't majorly into foundation when I was in school, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't even majorly into makeup in general. I think foundation and lip gloss and mascara was probably the only products I had ever used. But when I discovered this, it like grew my whole love of makeup as well as foundation. And I know that sounds really weird, but it's just the first time I ever really remember falling in love with makeup and learning that makeup, you know, it's an art as well and you can do so much with your makeup. Estee Lauder Double Wear definitely introduced me to the whole world of makeup and I just became more interested in it. I had never found a foundation that worked as well as this, and I hadn't used any other high-end foundation. This was my first high-end foundation. I'm still wearing it to this day. I wore it like over the weekend. I mean, I love it that much. It's so incredible. This lasts so long on your face. If you have oily skin like me, you will probably love it just as much as me, because I find that with my oils, my foundation breaks down throughout the day. It wears off on my jawline, it wears off on my chin, it wears off on my nose, in between my brows, and then I get like, you know, patchiness all over the face. If it's not a foundation that is designed for my skin, but this one definitely is. It is bomb, an unbelievable foundation. It's sweat proof, heat proof, waterproof, it's everything proof. I love it so much and I highly rate this foundation, and it's probably why it's been repurchased from me for over 5 years, and I will probably love this foundation forever, so fingers crossed they never change the formula of this. The next product I've been using for well over 5 years is the Mary Luminizer. This was the very first highlight I got. I feel like this was most people's first highlighters. I feel like this was the thing that introduced us all to highlighting and, you know, that glowy effect on your face, and I feel like for me the Mary Lou definitely was that standout first highlighting product. This one is cracked, so I'm just going to make sure that I don't like let it fall all over the floor. It looks amazing, and you know what, even to this day I still wear it and get the most amazing highlight to my face. I feel like this is a really universal shade as well, that a lot of different skin tones can wear it. I love it. I've loved it for over 5 years. First highlight, introduced me to the whole highlighting game, and I will continue to use this definitely. I actually need to buy a new one because this one is broke. I swear guys, not all of my makeup is broke, I promise. I do have this lipstick somewhere properly formed, but I can only find this one for some reason. I thought I threw this out, but this is Max Creme Cup, and look at the hot mess that it is. The fun story about this is I actually was on a night out. I had it wound up to the last because, you know, when you're having a few drinks and you might not be, you know, all there, let's say, and I was drunk, I had it wound up to the last and I stuck the lid on it and didn't realise until like the next day or whatever. I was like, what did I actually do to this lipstick? And I did repurchase it, but like I said, I don't know where it is. This needs to go in the bin after today's video. This was one of the first MAC lipsticks I ever purchased, so that's it there. And every single time I wear this, everyone compliments it on my lips. They think it looks amazing. I often get comments even on YouTube when I wear this while it's on my lips. It is one of my favorite nude pink lipsticks. I love it, and it's kind of like a cool tone pink as well. I don't know, it just looks really nice on my lips, and I've been wearing this for well over 5 years. Again, this was one of the first purchases I think I made from MAC or Myth lipstick, one of them. MAC for me was the first like introduction to makeup. I know Estee Lauder kind of got me into makeup and got me more excited about makeup, but MAC was definitely the first brand that I went ham on. And I mean, I had so many products from MAC by the time I left college, because it was a Brown Thomas very close to my college. So I was in there constantly and seeing what new collections had come out, and I was just obsessed with MAC. And then when I created my YouTube channel, obviously I had it as DramaticMAC because I was obsessed with MAC when I was in college, and still am to this day. And I still love this lipstick and I still wear it. If I could find the actual one that is full formed, I will probably wear it this weekend. Not gonna lie, I love it so much. The next product that I have been using and wearing for the last 5 years or over 5 years is the Professional. Again, this was my first introduction to primers. I had no idea what the hell a primer was. I didn't even understand why you needed it, what the whole purpose of a primer was. I didn't get that at all. It was just like bizarre to me that you would put something on your face other than moisturizer prior to foundation. It just was an unnecessary step for me. I was just like, I don't get this. I think somebody bought me the sample size, or I got a sample size in a gift set or something at Christmas, something like that anyway. And when I used this on my face underneath my foundation, I was like, now I know what primer is all about and why I should be using it more often, because this just stopped me from getting even oilier throughout the day. I actually got this after the Estee Lauder Double Wear, so even though Estee Lauder kept my oils at bay, this just made my pores look seamless on my face, and it just performed amazingly well. And I've never looked back from primers. I've discovered hundreds of primers since, but it was definitely the very first primer I ever used, my introduction to using primers, and it has like a nostalgic feel for me. I feel like it's like the OG days of YouTube when everyone used this and nothing else. Like, I feel like that was like the only primer anybody ever used, and the only eyeshadow palettes they ever used was like the Urban Decay Naked palettes. I'm just getting like total OG feels, and that's how I feel about this product. I absolutely love this primer and I'm still repurchasing it to this day. And then my final product that I have been using for well over 5 years, and I actually featured this in my full face of old favorites, and that is the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. I mentioned this in my favorite drugstore products, makeup products, and the day when I don't have 2 of these in my collection is a very sad day, because I always need one that's on the go and then a backup. Constantly. Once I hit my backup, I'm buying another one. That's how much I love this concealer, and I've been using it for years. This was the very first concealer that I knew you could apply underneath your eyes to highlight. I mean, who knew? Who knew? I came from the days where you had like a wind up like stick concealer and you popped it on a spot and it just made it look more emphasized. I did not realize that you should actually be using like a concealer underneath your foundation and then you apply your foundation. No. I used to just go in with a concealer and conceal a spot, and it would just look really obvious. And then I also didn't realize that using concealer underneath your eyes to brighten up is just like the best thing ever for getting rid of dark circles. I thought it was bizarre that anyone would ever put concealer over their foundation. I'm telling you, I have learned a decent lesson, and this concealer is the most amazing brightening concealer. It does not crease on me. I have read a few comments when I mentioned this in my drugstore favorites video. A lot of people have said that this creases on them and how do I stop it from creasing. I've never had any issues with this creasing on me ever, and that is why I love it so much. It conceals so well. It doesn't crease. It dries pretty rapidly as well, so I find I do have to work quickly with it. So yeah, that concealer in my eyes is bomb, and I recommend it to anybody who hasn't tried it before. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed today's video and my throwback to like 5 products I've been using for over 5 years. I would love you guys to comment down below your 5 products, or even if you don't want to come up with 5, like even one product that you've been using for over 5 years. I would love to see what you guys love. If it's something I haven't used already, I would definitely like to pick it up. I think if you've been using a product for that length of time, it really tells you like how much you actually do love it, and that you continuously repurchase it and you buy it over and over and over again, and you haven't found anything else that replaces it. And I think that is a good test of a brilliant quality makeup product. So I'd love to hear some of your products that you've been using for over 5 years, and I will talk to all you guys in my next video. Mwah! Bye guys.